Israeli police recommend indicting Netanyahu for corruption. Wow, okay. This is a report. This is my first time seeing anything about this. Israeli police chiefs will recommend to the country's attorney general, the Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, be indicted on corruption charges, according to reports in local media. The Times of Israel reported Wednesday that police chiefs, including the general commissioner of Israel's police force, were in unanimous agreement that Netanyahu should be indicted for allegedly accepting bribes and receiving lavish gifts from wealthy benefactors, including Israeli-born Hollywood producer Ernan Milchan. Any recommendations for an indictment will be sent to Israeli Attorney General. In a Facebook video, Netanyahu acknowledged that the police would likely move to recommend his indictment, but dismissed the allegations against him and predicted Mandelblit would not move to press charges. The state of Israel is a state of law. The law says that the one to determine whether there is evidence against the prime minister is the attorney general, and he consults with the state attorney. The state prosecutor recently said in the Knesset that about half of the police's recommendations end with nothing. So do not be nervous. This is Netanyahu speaking here. I am sure that at the end of the day, the competent legal bodies will come to one conclusion, to the simple truth: there is nothing. Netanyahu's current tenure as Israel's prime minister began in 2009. He previously held the office from 1996 to 1999. He was reelected in 2015 with just over 23% of the vote share, with his Likud party winning 30 seats in Israel's parliament. I'm sure I'm butchering a lot of the pronunciation here. The right-leaning Israeli leader is a top ally of President Trump, who last year declared that the U.S. would recognize Jerusalem as Israel's capital. The move was widely popular with Netanyahu and Israelis, but inflamed tensions with Palestine and Arab countries across the Middle East. Yeah, as well as many other countries that just want to see more diplomacy between those two nations. But the United States thumbed its nose at the rest of the world, and this was a bipartisan thing. Democrats were behind this too. In fact, Chuck Schumer, the only time he ever spoke up against Donald Trump was in regards to this. That's the only time Chuck Schumer ever showed any backbone to Donald Trump, was when he wanted Donald Trump to do something that pretty much the rest of the world disapproved of. So I guess we'll see what happens here. It's still early in the investigation, and this is my first exposure to it. So we'll see. I mean, maybe, if Netanyahu... if this does happen, who knows? Maybe this could eventually lead to some changes in Israeli leadership that is more driven to peace, comparatively speaking, maybe a little more left-leaning. We'll see what happens. Hey guys, thanks for watching. That was a clip from Get Your News On with Ron, the world's first viewer-curated streaming news show. What does that mean? That means I log on to a stream and people tweet me articles over on Twitter at Ron Placone, or they use our Reddit subsection, which is just Get Your News On with Ron over on Reddit. And that's how we build the show. I'm seeing all these articles for the first time. We are literally getting our news on together. Follow me on Twitter at Ron Placone so you can participate. And this show streams live every Tuesday through Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So please do tune in. If you want to support this show, you can do so over on patreon.com/Ron Placone, where for as low as $1 a month, you get access to exclusive podcasts every week, exclusive videos, free tickets to shows when I'm performing in your town, and more for as low as $1 a month. Please do consider it. Thank you so much for your support. This has been Get Your News On with Ron.